Hello, my name is Christopher James Boardman, for those who don't know me. I am a researcher in the whole ET and UFO phenomena. I have been researching this since 2010. It is 2018 now, as of making this video. I've had my own experiences and contact and UFO sightings. Some can be explained, some cannot. But anyways, this video is about the Black Knight, or the Dark Knight satellite, which is alleged to be around 13,000 years old, or over that, and this is my take on it. The images that you are now seeing have been screenshotted and found from the live stream on the International Space Station, and they have managed to people have managed to capture this on the stream. As you can tell, it is quite unusual. Took at different angles. It looks like a secret aircraft. I thought at first, but it's way up in the atmosphere. It has a strange orbit. It is a complete polar orbit, and there's no satellite of our own that does this complete polar orbit, which means it orbits from one pole to the next, so the north to the south pole. And we only have a couple of satellites that do a semi-polar orbit. I find this rather interesting. There's a guy called Duncan Lunan, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was or is a Scottish astronomer in the 1970s. What he decided to do, he deciphered an old ham radio communications, and he said it came from a particular object in space, and they were odd, to say the least. What he did, he plotted a vertical axis of the transmitted pulse sequence with a horizontal axis of echo delay time. What did he find? An image of the constellation Bootes. I think it's Bootes, but I've always known it to be Bootes. And he also managed to find another transmission from the satellite, and it translated into English, weirdly enough. I don't know how much I can believe, but whether it's true or not, this is extremely interesting. It says, "Start here. Our home is Epsilon Bootes, which is a double star." Obviously, that's probably like a binary system. We live on the 6th planet of 7. Check that, 6 of 7, counting outwards from the sun, which is the larger of the two. Our 6th planet has 1 moon. Our 4th planet has 3. Our 1st and 3rd planets each have 1. Our probe is in the orbit of your moon. This updates the position of Arcturus shown on our maps. So if this site is actually of extraterrestrial origin, why did they place it here? Is it just to observe us? Is it because they're interested on learning on how civilizations develop? Or is it just a thermal blanket? And that is basically the current explanation from NASA and stuff like that. They say it's a thermal blanket. Well, I'll tell you now. A thermal blanket looks nothing like that. I googled what a thermal blanket looks like on satellites. It is definitely not a thermal blanket. Do they think we're stupid? Obviously they do, but I can tell you this, we are not. We're far from stupid, and we won't be taken as fools. I can tell you this though, guys, I do believe that this satellite is well over 13,000 years old, if not hundreds of thousands of years old. It was placed here because I do believe we have been genetically engineered by a race or a group of beings as a slave race, to mine monotonic gold to repair their atmosphere. They wanted gold. It is a highly conductive element, which makes sense. But anyways, that will have to be for another video. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that these beings have interacted with humanity since the dawn of man, and as you can tell here, this is an Egyptian hieroglyphs. It seems that these beings have elongated skulls. The hats seem to be masking these abnormalities, and as you can tell, they're holding small creatures that also have elongated like skulls, which look like an alien to me. As you can tell, Mayans have built an observatory. They were very intrigued and interested with astronomy and astrophysics. I do believe they were pretty intelligent. They knew quite a lot about the stars, and they even based a calendar around it. And as you can tell in this picture, there is a man that seems to be facing upwards, as you would do in a rocket. They clearly had contact. They clearly had advanced knowledge. This is also a Mayan hieroglyph or pictoglyph or whatever. It looks like a craft of some sort with a beam coming out of it. So this is it, guys. There's a lot of evidence to go sift through, and it's gonna make this video too long, so I can't really go in the ins and out of it. So, in conclusion to this, the dark/black night starlight is an object in space that was discovered orbiting our planet before Sputnik even left our atmosphere. It was discovered by the Pentagon. I wouldn't say it was discovered by them first, and they assumed that it was from Soviet origin. The Soviets denied this. Whether it's the Soviets or not, that could be true. It could be the Soviets, but I remain skeptical of that. But anyways, Nikola Tesla stated in 1899 that he can never forget the first sensations. He also says, I experienced when it dawned upon me that I had observed something possibly of an incalculable consequences to mankind. I felt as though I were present at the birth of new knowledge or the revelation of a great truth. Even now, at times, I can vividly recall the incident and see my apparatus as though it were actually before me. My first observations positively terrified me, as there was present in them something mysterious, not to say supernatural, and I was alone in my laboratory at night. But at the time, the idea of these disturbances being intelligently controlled signals did not yet present itself to me. The changes I noted were taking place periodically, and with such a clear suggestion of number and order that they were not traceable to any cause then known to me. I was familiar, of course, with such electrical disturbances as are produced by the sun, aurora borealis, and earth currents, and I was as sure as I could be of any fact that these variations were due to none of these causes. The nature of my experiments precluded the possibility of the changes being produced by atmospheric disturbances, as has been rashly asserted by some. It was some time afterward that a thought flashed upon me, upon my mind, that the disturbances I had observed might be due to an intelligent control. Although I could not decipher their meaning, it was impossible for me to think of them as having been entirely accidental. The feeling is constantly growing on me that I had been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another. I was not merely holding a vision, but had caught sight of a great and profound truth. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. There's probably bits and pieces that I have missed, but that may have to be in another video. So yeah, thank you and see you next time.